Hey guys, Abby here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am bringing you another story from that was sent in to me from a friend of our channel who has sent in a couple stories before. He is a former U.S. Marine Corpsman, and oh wait, not former. Once a Marine, always a Marine, right, guys? Hoorah! Anyway, he is sharing with us a story about a visit with some friends who were also military at Camp Lejeune. He and his wife went to visit um, his friend and his wife, and they had a game night, and it ended up turning into kind of a swinger night. Um, yeah, it was kind of a cool story, and I am so glad that I can bring it to you and share it with you. So let me get lit up here and we will get into his story. This game night turns quite interesting. All right. So it says, "Hello, Abby. This is USMC. Um, the video was about the craziest story ever told. I think I have one to top that. I was stationed in North Carolina. This was a response to a previous video. I was stationed in North Carolina at MCAS Cherry Point, and a couple of friends that I knew when I was in boot camp were stationed at Camp Lejeune. So me and my wife at the time decided to go down to visit them for the weekend. We had set this up a while back to avoid any of us having duty that week. But as things worked out, my buddy got stuck with guard duty. So that just left myself, my wife, and another buddy and his wife, and the buddy who's was on guard duty's wife, just to clarify. So we decided to make a weekend of it and have a good time. Drinks were flowing as I played a game of spades and smoked. At the time, only my wife and buddy that was off duty smoked, but still there was a good time to be had by all. We stayed up late playing cards and drinking until my wife said that she was going to bed. I followed her about 15 minutes later, which left my working buddy's wife and the other buddy in the living room. Later on that night, I had to get up and use the restroom. As I was going back to bed, I heard my buddy's wife moan, "Tango me deep." So, in my best stealth mode, I snuck up to get a better look. I stood there for a while before my buddy's wife noticed me standing there. My buddy's wife said that I couldn't tell her husband, and I promised her I wouldn't. She then reached up, pulled my little Marine out from my underwear, and started giving me oral. We did this for a while until I exploded to a happy ending. From there, the non working buddy gave a high five and I went back to bed. Throughout the night, I could hear moans and coughs, and I knew that my buddy was tearing it up. The morning came, and there were sheepish grins from the two of them going around. My wife and I packed up and went back to Cherry Point. On the way home, my wife asked me if I heard the other two going at it all night long. I told her I did and saw them when I went to the restroom. She asked me if I was going to say anything to her husband, who was on duty. and I told her no because that was between the three parties involved. During my time at Cherry Point, our little group got together several more times, and there was a time that I had duty at the barracks as a sergeant. I always wondered if the unattached buddy ever got with my wife. That scene stayed with me all this time, and I still think of the crazy things I did in the Corps. When I got out, I lost track of the three of them. I wonder what happened to everybody. Got to love the Marine Corps. So, interesting little twist there in your story. Thank you for sharing that. And I have to say, you said that you wonder if the non married buddy that was a part of your group ever got with your wife. So I have a question for you because when I read this, I was like, ooh, did you tell your wife what happened when you saw them? When you went into the room and saw what was going on? Um, so I'm kind of curious to know if you spilled the beans there or if you just kind of let it ride. Anyway, good story. Kind of funny how sometimes those things just turn into something totally unexpected. Although I will say, get a few drinks in people and everybody starts to loosen up. So things sometimes happen. Either way, great story. Thank you again so much for sharing. I appreciate you being here and being a good friend to our channel. You've been with us a long time. So I am grateful for that. I'm thankful for all of you. That is all I have for you guys today. Um, if you have a story you'd like to share with me, send it to me in an email, and you can see it read right here on our channel. My email is hout@abby dot or hout.abby@gmail.com. If you didn't get a chance to write that down, the email is listed on the channel's About page. You can find it there so you know where to send it to. So that is all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.